Hello viewers, today we will be learning about lights and shadows and how to make a painting come to life just through the aspects of light and shadows. So whenever there is an object, let's say you can see light doing its work over here also. So if you see my hand, the shadow is casted on the opposite side of the light. So basically the object is restricting the light and the shadow is being casted. Similarly, if we take any scenery or any cityscape or any object for that matter, still life or portrait or anything, the light and shadows basically make a painting look as 3D. Without the effect of light and shadow, the painting would look very flat thing. Okay, so now consider I have just drawn an imaginary scape wherein I have two figures. One is slightly in the front, one is slightly at the back, and then I have a street and there are houses on both sides. So it is a very narrow street and houses are on both sides, and light is coming somewhere from this direction. So these figures are actually blocking the sunlight and their shadows are being casted over here. So somewhere like this the shadow will be casted in this direction. Plus this building out here is also blocking the sunlight, and this is a very dark building. It is because it is against the sunlight area. These buildings at some of the portions of these buildings catch the sunlight and therefore they will be illuminated. However, and they will be in a much lighter shade than this building because this is against the sunlight. Now this building will also cast its big shadow. So this entire portion will be fully covered with shadow. So some portion of this building shadow will fall on this person also. Plus this person in itself is blocking the sunlight. So there will be small highlight over here. This lady, because she is farther away from this building, she will have a slightly more amount of sunlight being reflected from her borders. But because she is slightly on the opposite direction of sunlight, she still will be having a kind of shadow here because she is also blocking the sunlight. She is carrying a baby also here. So that is how I have planned. And now let's so we will have some some doors. Basically think of it like a what I can say is a market area or something. So we will paint this and see how the outcome comes. This will be a very quick 5 minutes kind of painting. The explanation is taking time, but usually the painting would take very less time. So viewers, let's paint. So I have my calligraphy brush out here, which is apt for such scenery. So I will take French ultramarine blue and I will start by making the sky. So this is a practice paper. I am not using any costly paper out here. So first I have used the ultramarine blue and then I am taking Naples yellow and I am slightly dragging it below. I mixed the Naples yellow in the in the blue area and then I dragged it below. So if you see this the scape, this portion is going to illuminate the light. So I will take some Naples yellow again. I will take some Naples yellow, mix it with chrome yellow, and then I'll give it a feeling as if sunlight is falling on it. But what happens is, as it goes below, as it goes down, some portion of the buildings out here would be casting a shadow here. So we will take ultramarine blue and mix it with orange, and we will just, as if there is some shadow falling on the surface, so we will paint it in that form. Again, anything which is in the against the direction of sunlight will cast a shadow, so keep that in mind. And then we will go downwards. Like this. Yes, I have left the figures out here. I have not painted on top of it. So right now you might see that feel that the painting is becoming very dark, but basically what happens is when it dries it becomes very light. So you would be able to see how the effect of the dark shadows against the yellow sunlight is creating a magic. So I am darkening this thing a bit because there is a wedge out here. So this is another area where the sunlight is being blocked. So I am just trying to hit that a bit. Then just dropping in a few colors here and there, a few splatter. Okay, and then this portion would be very, very dark, so mix a very concentrated dose of ultramarine blue and mixed with orange, so this should be very dark. So now you see this is dark. Drop in a few more colors here and there, and because I told you, right, so this portion would cast a shadow of its own. So yes. For the street, use a very light color because we are trying to show as if the sunlight is falling on the street, but this portion is dark. So we'll use more of blue color here. The shadow is more of a cool color, so use more blue for your shadows. So I will dry this. So friends, the background is almost dry now. So we will do the foreground wherein we have a person and a female. So the female would be clad in a kind of orangish yellow kind of sari. So we will put orange yellow over here. So what happens is the top portion, because sunlight is falling on the top portion, the bottom portion would be slightly darker. So what we will do, again mix it with our ultramarine blue. Orange and ultramarine blue makes great and amazing kind of grey color. So wherever you feel like putting the shadow, just use this color now. Okay, so just take out some color from this portion because this is the most illuminated portion. we will work on the face and everything in a bit. For this person, basically this person, assume it to have a white shirt, so what we will use is a very pale gray color because he is against sunlight. So white also will not remain white anymore because it is blocking the light, so it will become slightly darker. Then for the pant we will take more of blue, mix it with little bit of orange. So I am using only two colors, just this is a demonstration to show you the play of shadows. So as the sunlight is coming here, this portion will be the most dark. Then we have his face, which will again be darker, and the ears, which will be darkest. So like this, okay, fine. Same therapy you have to use here. Try to make the right hand side more darker because the sunlight is falling from the left hand side. So like that, okay, and spread it. So spread it. Now the most important aspect of this painting is the shadow. So we'll make this shadow very crisp. So the shadow will be in the same line, the same direction, same angle per se. Okay, so so see one thing, the moment I put the shadow took just probably half a minute to put, but the moment I put the shadow, this painting just looks so natural. The reason is because our eyes are always designed to see in the duality of lights and shadows. So the moment I put the shadows, automatically you feel like these two people are walking from the sunlight, and we are watching them being standing and blocking the sunlight. So their shadows are being falling over here. Now I am left with a few details here and there, like so what I am doing is I am taking my brush, dabbing it in cloth and taking out the excess of water, and using basically dry strokes I am trying to build in a bit of detail, small little details here and there. We are not putting a lot of detail in this painting for the background because we want just to see how the shadows and the light give you a sense of depth and sense of sense of a 3D feel to your painting. So that's why this is just a very fast and very small demo. So here and there, just I'm touching the brush. This portion I want to make it slightly more darker. I'm running short of the orange color right now, so I will go ahead and put more blue. Doesn't matter. It is all about the tones, not the colors. No matter what color you put, if the tone is on the darker side, this thing will look dark. Okay, so I think this is pretty much done. So what I will do now is just put in 2-3 lines, 2-3 you know, electric wires or something which are going from here to there, just to fool the eye to believe that something is there. It's a chaotic place. Yeah, we are pretty much done. And see, I have used a very bad quality paper, just use minimal colors, and I have created something which looks pretty much like a painting. So I hope you guys understood what I meant to say. We will see many more such small videos wherein I will tell you the small little tricks of how the painting comes alive. Thanks for watching, guys, and please do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. It gives me ample support, and it gives me a lot of strength to build such good content when you guys just put a single comment or something.